Set a timer and try to focus on one location for 30 seconds, and that's it for that day. The next day, you might add 5 seconds, and then the next day, 5 seconds after that. If you miss a day, no big deal. Simply do the practice for the same amount of time that you did the last time that you did the practice, and then gradually try and increase the amount of time that you can focus on one visual location overtly by looking directly at that location. If you like, and if you feel you have the ability, you can try and do this through covert attention and focus by looking straight forward, for instance, and attending to something in the corner of the room and trying to do that for 30 seconds. You'll find that that's quite a bit harder. And then extending that by 5 seconds every time you do the practice. This is something that I don't think you necessarily have to build up to being able to do for a full hour in order to extract the benefits. In fact, the best way to think about this practice is as a means to get into a focused state. If you remember back about an hour or so ago, I was talking about how focus states are not a drop all the way in and then exit type phenomenon. We don't just drop into a focus state the same way we don't drop into the peak performance of a workout. We warm up. So what I recommend is having a 30-second to 3-minute period at the beginning of a bout of focus where you're going to do work or physical work, and anchoring your vision to one location somewhere in the room. Or if you want to do it covertly, you can do that. Setting a timer and trying to do that for anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes. What you're doing when you exercise that practice is you are ramping up neural activity within the neural circuits that create focus and concentration. Then I would stop looking at that location or that covert location, and then I would move to the work that you're trying to do, either mental work or physical work. And if about halfway through your 90-minute bout or at some point in your 90-minute bout of work or exercise, you feel that your concentration is drifting, rather than look at your phone and scroll through the thousands of contexts that exist within social media or your phone, try just picking a location again on the wall, focusing back on that location, using that as a ramp up to then direct your focus back towards, if you're weight training, sets and reps that you might be performing. If you're running, you might do this, or cycling, you might do this by focusing on a particular location and really homing in on that location physically. And this is a practice that a lot of athletes use, in fact. And if you're, say, doing musical practice or math, well, then you'd want to focus on something other than the task that you're trying to perform. But again, using visual focus as a way to ramp up and increase your overall ability to focus and concentrate, and then applying that to whatever it is that you're trying to learn or perform.